Hey, hi, hello, vanakkam and welcome back to another DIY Valentine's Day card with me, Raga. This galaxy themed love card is inspired by WALL-E movie, one of my favorites. I have hand-drawn these images on my iPad using Procreate Pro and sharing them on my blog post. The link is in the description box below in case if you are interested to use them. I have a double surprise this time. It's so brainstorming to bring out what you visualize. And I'm so happy the way it turned out. When you push this polythene back, Eve's digital eyes light up. Also, the love bulb lights up over WALL-E's head. Ha, love at first sight moment. He gazes at her in awe. Who will not fall for this exotic figure? When you rotate this wheel, she starts moving in the air, which reveals the sentiment by WALL-E. My heart skips a beat when I see you. Oh my stars! Isn't that so delightful to look at her eyes light up while moving? Don't forget to notice that good-natured little cockroach sitting on top of WALL-E, silently enjoying their love scene. Ha! That's how a good friend should be. Okay, let's stop all this dramatic love feel, and before we get started, let's have a quick look at the supplies required to make this card. I have printed out the digitally illustrated images and the sentiment on white cardstock of 300 GSM thickness. A cold-pressed watercolor cardstock for the galaxy of dimension 4¼ by 5½ inches. A side-folding metallic blue cardstock for the base of the same dimension 5½ by 4¼ inches. A piece of vellum paper to be used as backings for the light-up heart and Eve's eyes. Also to replicate the polythene bag on junkyard that will be our light up button for our card. A piece of textured brown cardstock to create a junkyard look. Few poster paints of colors black, Prussian blue, violet, cobalt blue and white for our galaxy background. A few mini distress inks, an acetate sheet and brushes for watercoloring the focal images. Easy light from Pure Blossom Press for the light up mechanism. These lights are very easy to install in your cards. This pack contains 5 units of 3 lights each, all pre-wired. It comes along with the batteries too. Thank you so much Amanda Stevens for such a cool kit. If you're looking for an easy-to-use light-up kit, then you must check out our shop. For more details, check out the description box below. 2 turntable circles of radius 4 cm each. I used zigzag scissors to get these wavy edges. A strip of 2 cm width scored and folded in the middle to make it 1 cm width strip. Doubling the mechanism elements is always good to keep them sturdy and to avoid any bendings. 2 little brads to hinge the mechanism. Let's start by coloring the images. If you want to skip watching any of my processes, you can check out the timestamp given in the description box below. You will be directed according to your choice. I'm using mustard seed distress ink to add the base layer for his cube body and his eyes. Then I'm using fossilized ember and vintage brown distress inks to get the rustic look of WALL-E. I keep adding layers of yellow and brown to achieve the right depth. As I decided to have the light source coming from top right, my highlights and contouring are going accordingly. The reason I chose WALL-E and Eve for this Valentine's Day is because they are so relatable to us. There is a huge contrast between me and my husband, and life has always been a roller coaster ride for us. I react quickly, he doesn't react at all. I'm quite emotional, whereas he has no sentiments at all. I dream of things, but he accomplishes them. I'm a reserved and introvert person, whereas he is talkative and social. It goes on. So much difference in our perspectives, never-ending problems and issues mishaps. There are at times I don't talk to him, not because of anger, but because I can do my crafty things without any disturbances. Amidst all, we manage to find us always successful together, and we stand each other all the way along. Our life is blessed with all spices and sprinkled with sweetness. I couldn't believe that we have completed 9 years of togetherness. Yay! Happy anniversary to both of us. I should say that I'm nothing without him. He means the world to me. Okay, enough of my boring story. Here I am using Hero Art's soft grey and black suit distress inks to color his wheels and tires. Also some browns to get the rustic look. While coloring people or creatures, try adding a white spot to the eyes that will bring life to your image and make it shine.
No, I'll never let you go. You stay with me. I'll never let you go. No, I'll never let you go. You stay with me until the end of time. I used to look to the sky and all I saw was rain. I spent my lonely nights trying not to feel the pain. With you I'm like a flower that sees the break of day. Our love's like sunshine now.
I'm adding details with a micron pen and a white gel pen. Don't forget to shine up his companion, the little cockroach.
Hold me and look into my eyes. You'll be staying always by my side. I'll never
Coloring Eve is so simple and easy. I just have to give her body and head the grey shade and black shade for her face. I'm leaving her eyes uncolored because we are going to light up her eyes later.
I'll never let you go. No, I'll never let you go. You stay with me until the end of time.
My coloring is done and I fussy cut my images. Ta-da! Here it is.
Let you go.
Next up is preparing our background. I use blues and purples for my galaxy. You should choose a flat brush to paint larger areas easily. I reach for poster colors when I want matte finish for my background. Poster colors are opaque and inexpensive. So while working with poster colors, you should not add too much of water. The paint consistency should be like neither too thick nor too thin. Add drops of water at a time according to the needs. I decided to keep my galaxy a bit darker to make my focal images stand out, and I'm so happy with this result. Can you see the matte finish? Now I move my panel into a shoebox and start flickering with an old toothbrush and white acrylic paint. If you don't have white acrylic paint, you can create your own by adding Fevicol to the white poster paint. For bigger stars, I splatter using a bigger brush. I made some stars to shine as well. Now let's start assembling the mechanism. I take a turntable circle and a scrap piece and attach them using a brad. I apply glue all over the scrap piece and adhere it to the base by offsetting the turntable in such a way that it would be easy for us to grab the wheel and rotate. I take the other turntable circle and marked a point 1.5 cm away from the edge, and I pierce a hole on the marked point. I also put a hole at one end of the strip. I take one light unit from Pure Blossom Press Easy Light Up Kit. As you can see, this is the unit with purple push button, a battery and the pre-wired 3 lights. You just need to push the battery in with the positive side up. Now if you push this button, all these 3 lights are glowing. So come on, let's light up Eve's eyes. I take 2 lights and sandwich them to the middle of the strip. Before that, let's trim down the strip according to the size we need. Here for my card, the length of the strip would comes around 6 cm. I trim it down and sandwiching the 2 lights between the strip. Then I attached this arm to the other turntable circle with a brad and kept it aside. Then I take my galaxy panel and marked a point 3 cm away from the top and make a slot of 2 cm wide. Make sure that the slot aligns with the top center of the turntable. Then glue down both the turntables together. You can also use only one turntable. I use 2 to make sure it's sturdy. This mechanism is so simple, a turntable with a moving arm. It's as simple as that. We made a slot on the galaxy panel to limit the movement of the arm. Now I fix the 3rd light for a heart and secure it with a masking tape. I'm just twisting the wires gently and secure them with tape in one place, as you can see. I put double-sided tape to the back of the unit and fix it at a place where I want the light up button should go in my card. I also secure it with the tape. Then I put double-sided foam tape all around the base without disturbing the turntable disc. I also double the foam tape to elevate the height equal to the light up unit. Then I mark a point on the galaxy panel where I want the heart to glow and put a hole using a heart punch. Next, I take a piece of vellum and paint it red and stick it behind the heart punch. I fussy cut out Eve's eyes and glue the blue painted vellum behind it. Now I attach the galaxy panel to the base by inserting the arm with lights through the slot. Next, I put a double-sided tape at the top of the arm and I connect the lights to Eve's eyes by piercing 2 holes under the eye area of uncolored Eve and insert the lights through the holes from behind and secure it with masking tape. Then I glue down the colored Eve on top of it. I test drive both the mechanism at the same time. Hey, it's working good. My mission completed successfully. I distress the edges of the sentiment scrap and hide it behind Eve. I adhere the volley to the panel and create a junkyard using layered hand-torn textured paper. I also added a crushed piece of vellum to make it look like a polythene bag and also for the light up button. I darkened some areas on the junkyard using a black brush pen and put an arrow on the turntable for the user instruction. Voila! A lovely Valentine card is ready. Hope you all enjoyed watching my video. If you like it, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Also, smash that bell icon so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. If you have any queries or doubts, please let me know in the comment section below. I will be happy to help you. Thank you so much for stopping by. See you soon with another fun, interesting project. Until then, signing off, Raga. Bye-bye.